Simulator is a more accurate for this, since it is the game was apparently inspired by the Poseidon Adventure. There are similarities to it. It's presented in this very cinematic style. It said it was a film by. We're not playing a game. We're playing a film. It's going to be in this kind of this I guess letterbox is what you would call it, kind of aspect ratio. I think it's Septarion or something like that in the Japanese name for it, which I don't know why it's called that. Like, that's not the name of the ship, because the name of the ship is Lady Critania. It does take place in September. That might be it. But yeah, it's basically, we're on a ship. There's a bad storm. A wave's going to hit the ship and tip it over. It's the plot line of the Poseidon Adventure. The ship's going to be tipped all the way over. We're going to have to get out through the flipped upside down ship to the hull to get out, hopefully, while saving as many passengers as we can. Up to 7. As many as we can, limited to 7. And no, this is not any percent. This is the first we're going to be doing is Capri. I pronounce this Capri. It might be Caprice. Capri Witcher. We're going to be doing trying for his best ending, which is not always gettable. I will get into it and explain kind of what makes it the best ending. But 3, 2, 1. Spoilers, the boat flips over. We're going to skip through all of Capri's awful storyline with his sister Amy. We actually have to do... There's about a minute before the ship actually starts to flip over, and you can just roam around in that minute. We are going to take advantage of that to get right back to where the cabin where his sister is sleeping, because his sister is his... it's called his special person. And each of there are 4 different players or characters that you can play as, and each one has a special character that is needed to get the best possible ending. And in addition to having the special character, you have to rescue other passengers that total 25 points. I don't know if the manual mentioned these points. What? Huh? Whoa! Or not. I used a game facts. That is extremely helpful. So there's some actually very good art in this. I like the still pictures. Now the ship is upside down, not the plane. Somebody was mentioning Celine Dion. The Poseidon Adventure actually has a theme song. It's for it, I want to say it was originally called the love song to the Poseidon Adventure. It's now known as The Morning After. That was Maureen McGovern. That won the Oscar for Best Song as well, and was a #1 hit. We just didn't have to live through it. So, come on, Amy. So, there's this mechanic of this wave follow. But what I'm doing is, instead of waiting or just pressing it and having them follow me, I'm holding down the L button constantly, so that she is immediately following me through doors or through, if I go through a floor or things like that. I don't know if that was intended by the game, but it is something that it works in both the US and Japanese version of the game, and it is so incredibly helpful versus like waiting for these people to follow you, and just it's like waiting for them to follow you is pretty painstaking at certain points. And with this, we can kind of connect through. We can walk through doorways, have them immediately appear behind us, and then go to a nearby doorway, have them immediately appear behind us, and kind of like string these along together. Oh shit. That wasn't supposed to happen. This tilt, actually, I'm not 100% sure that this tilt is gettable here. So we might have to wait a minute for it to tilt a different direction. I'm going to be trying for it. Yeah, there's the 1972 Poseidon Adventure. Then there was the 2005 version that was just called Poseidon. There might also have been a television movie version. Come on, Capri. I'm almost positive that this angle here, like that you just kind of brush up against that and fall back down. So the tilting mechanism in this game is like on a timer of like every 40 seconds to about a minute 20 seconds, and there's some variation there. Do not tilt back, you son of a bitch game. Yes, everything is glued down, except for things like sofas. You know, that there obviously fell. I don't know if these are electric candles, or if they somehow are defying physics and are still facing like downward. They seem to be like glowing downward. I want to say that there is like a really hard way I can get this sideways jump, but I'm not going to risk having one of these two ladies die. No, I mean, so the boat would be tilting one direction if it was sinking. Unless this was like side to side sinking, then maybe. But this is up and down sinking. There we go. Lovely. That was just a lovely waste of time. So you can only go so far using this trick where you're holding down the left trigger button. I must have let go of it. What are you doing? Because it let go of, they stopped following, which that does happen every once in a while. But you can only go so far before it will automatically kind of just do the hail mechanism and have them start normally following after you. So you need to prepare your routes to have doorways periodically to keep from having to wait for them to follow you. That kind of almost looked like it was going to be a chair falling. Oh, darn it. This could be risky here. Wait a minute. Where did Marie go? Okay, so for some reason, actually don't know. This is bad. I don't think I can get back there, and I don't know why Francois Maxwell didn't follow us, but that's really bad because we need Francois to get her daughter Marie, who is worth a boatload of points. Actually, Marie could have walked, or Francois could have walked right through the fire in that section. They apparently are all wearing asbestos clothing. I think the other lady did. She either died or she just stopped following me. And I'm now, like, too far away from her to... Like, since I crossed over that area, I can't actually cross back to it. In a way that I can think of off the top of my head. Although this is a long conversation, and maybe I'll be able to remember the way to possibly get back to her. Or I can maybe pull up the picture of the boat. What can we do? Kate's her. So there is an implication here, I think, that the two women are lesbians, which is very progressive for the time, and I approve of. Where the hell did I save the picture of the game? So basically, the friend here is traumatized. She's in I would think a state of shock, and yes, in a promiscuous pose. So we're using lipstick to write on a piece of paper, and with these different conversations, depending on who you're playing as, like, the order of who you need to talk to changes slightly. And I don't normally play as Capris. It's been a while since I've done his, so that's why I'm doing a little bit of trying to remember who I have to talk to. In which order. There we go. So, what is this? Angelica Snow and Kate? Kate something? She has a last name. I just don't know what it is. So, yeah, the waving thing is annoying, which is why the holding down strategy, holding down the L button, I think it also works with the R button, is such a huge time save. Okay, so I'm going to quickly look to see if I can actually get Francois back. Turn back, turn back, turn back. I think from this angle I can get back up here. That was a tactical death. Okay, so if Francois was still following us, she would have been there. She may have joined... These other people should be to the right. Ugh, that was close. When you die in this, you lose 5 minutes of time. You have an hour to get off the boat. And then if it gets down... Okay, so we do not have her mom. So we are a whole bunch of points short. Because her and her mom give us 12 points. So we're going to be going for the second best ending here. Which, that's just how the game can work. Come on. And I don't actually remember what the second best ending is for Capri. So we'll get to experience it together. I cannot rescue that one guy we just passed. There are some people that are only rescuable by certain other passengers. If we had just lost Francois or Angelica or Kate on their own, I would have been able to get a backup person to get the correct points, but losing both Francois and Marie, or losing Amy, basically means that you cannot get the best ending for Capri. We have to climb up this shaft here, so we have to wait for the boat to turn either one way or the other. If we get bad RNG, it will turn and then try to turn back. If it does that, I have a little bit of a window of time to still get up it. Luckily, I don't have to worry about that. These tunnels here are one of the worst parts of the game because there's no really good way to get them all to follow you using the kind of trick of holding down the button and having them just magically appear through any doorway. You just have to wait here for them to come because you get too far from them. I don't know who's asking to rest, but nobody should be. 3. Getting pretty close to the boiler room. About like 30 minutes of the end game time that it's keeping track of, I guess it's the part of the boiler will explode and the boat will start to sink more, and then you'll start actually getting flooding in this room. So if you are in the later part of the game, you can end up swimming through this room. And it will be way more tilted. Like, it'll be almost completely, flipped. Going the other direction. Which makes it interesting to climb on. Also, it makes it a lot more dangerous because if it decides to... if it's tilting to the left and decides to go to the right, you all fall off the wall. And if you're too high up, the passengers that you're with die. Just waiting for the 3... Oh, so we're probably going to get falling chairs. If these chairs hit me, it knocks me out. No. Get over here. Cannot rest. These people, like, they're asking to rest and all kinds of things like that. This is a sinking boat. Like, I don't I don't understand these people. Almost to the boiler room here. God, I almost did the thing that I do every once in a while where I miss that door and then fall through the other door and laugh at the death noise. So this is the boiler room. Normally you'd have to lead all the people through this, which is insane. But there is a trick that we're going to do, which is that I'm going to climb all the way to the top as fast as I can and hope that I get there before the boiler explodes. Because when the boiler explodes, they're big flaming balls that just shoot out. And if I let myself get hit by one of those balls, I will take, you know, the 5-minute death, and the people will suddenly appear very close to me. So if I do it right at the top of, basically like right next to the end door here, they'll all be right there. So hopefully I'll get hit by a big flaming ball. So they all showed right back up there. That is the exit. Under 20 minutes, so this is not going to be the best ending. So I actually don't know what the conversation is. I think I know what's going to happen. Boo. Oh yeah. So he's going to check. He's checking. There's no way to get out. Thinks they got 8 to 10 hours. They're just dead. I'm pretty sure they all die. Yeah. Oh. This isn't the second best ending. This is the worst ending for Capri. That's right. So to get the second best ending, you finish without Amy, which is kind of funny. So everybody died. That was not the best ending, no, because I didn't have enough points for people because one of the passengers stopped following me. So we didn't get Capri's best ending, but hopefully I am also doing Luke. Hopefully we will get his best ending, even though his second best ending is way more entertaining than his best ending. And it's actually third best ending because to get third best ending for Capri, you have to do more than you would to get second best. It doesn't really make sense for him. But, you know, it's kind of like it basically isn't any % run. So we don't have best ending because while we did finish with Amy, who is Capri's special person, I did not have enough other characters worth enough points to have 25 points. Well, it kind of... Oh, well, so yeah, it's not the I made it out. It's the one where we made it to the boiler, the rescue team wasn't there, So we were all in the boiler, and then the three ladies just died for some reason. And then I guess eventually Capri died. And then the rescue team gets there. Luke is the crewman, yes. So at the end of these credits, it will show like a point total, and that's where you'll see that I did not get 25 because Francois decided not to follow me at some point, and we need Francois. Well, we really need Marie. We need those little girl points. That little girl's worth 8 points, the most points of any. I'm doing a Luke run right after this. There's no time in it to do another Capri run. It's just a risk of playing this game. People can randomly die for no reason, or they can, like happened with Francois, just stop following you. And I really do mean randomly die. I have a clip of, I think Amy just dying for no reason that I can discern. So we had 14 points, which is not 25. So we were unable to get the best ending for Luke, but we got out. I mean, we got to the room with Luke and a special person. It just happens to be that causes the absolute worst ending for Luke.